What's good, YouTube? Your boy Electric Carves back with another review, and this time we're talking bearings 101. Now, whether you're looking to upgrade your bearings, you've had a bearing go bad, or you're simply just researching different bearings out there to see what's available, this video is for you. We're going to talk about 3 popular bearings that you see right here, the differences between them, and then in my opinion, what the best option to go with. Plus, stay tuned at the end of the video for my first free giveaway that we're going to be doing with this. So with that being said, let's get into the review. Now, I was skating a few days ago on this particular board here, and as I was skating, I was listening and I heard a squealing sound coming from the back of the board. So naturally, I stopped, pulled over, and I could tell that it was a bad bearing that was coming from one of the rear wheels here. Now, one of the things that you want to pay attention to while you're doing this is a bad bearing can limit your range, could also limit your speed, and plus it could be dangerous if it locks up and throws you over the board itself. So be sure when you're skating to listen for things like this. If you hear a squealing sound for this, this could be a bad bearing. So let's talk about some options that we could do. Now, one option you could try if you don't want to replace the bearing is to use some lubricant to see if that fixes the issue. Do not, I repeat, do not use WD-40, as this could be detrimental and bad for the bearing and ruin it. In this case, I've got some Bones Speed Cream here, and you could take off the seal, try to add a little bit of lubricant to the bearing, and see if that fixes the issue. If that doesn't fix the issue, then the first set of bearings I want to talk about here are Bones Reds. These are tried and true. If you've been in the skate community for any amount of time, you'll know Bones by a very familiar brand, and they make solid bearings. They've been around forever. Love these bearings. They're great value bearings for the price. The problem with these particular bearings, though, is they don't come with spacers and they don't come with washers. So if you plan on using Bones bearings, just know that you'll have to add spacers and washers if you choose to go with those. Now, the second option here are Zealous bearings. Zealous are extremely popular bearings for downhill skating, and they're very solid reputation, have a really good performance with them, have lots and lots of people, you'll hear positive reviews with Zealous. The thing I love about Zealous too is they have built-in washers and built-in spacers, so there's no need to keep up or worry about adding those with those. The other cool thing I like with Zealous too is they give you some really cool swag whenever you purchase their bearings. In this case, I have a gator as well as some sunglasses that they included with the purchase here. So again, Zealous is a great option. I have these on a few of my wheels and I skate these today and I absolutely love them. Now, the option that we're going to use today is a brand called Radical Black Mamba ABEC 9s. Now, a friend referred me to these a while back, and I purchased one set, and they skated absolutely fantastic. The best thing with these particular bearings, too, is they have the built-in spacers, they have the built-in washers, and best of all, they're about 38% cheaper than Zealous bearings. So for demonstration purposes, we're going to use these today, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about them. So back to the built-in spacers and washers. And I want to talk a little bit about why this is important to me. So when you remove your wheel, chances are the bearings that came with it do not have built-in spacers or washers. You'll see once you remove it, you should have a washer on the front of your wheel here, and there should be one on the rear with the truck axle. You need washers in order to tighten your wheels down and still have that free roll, and also it prevents you from ruining the bearing if you tighten it too tight from pushing it out and causing the damage to the bearing itself. The next thing you're going to notice is the spacer that's in between the bearings of the wheel here. Now, if they don't have built-in spacers, that's just a free spacer that's rolling around, and you can see right there that sometimes it doesn't align in and it's hard to get it back on the truck axle. Now you can see when you have a built-in spacer such as this Radical bearing on the right, it's a perfect alignment every single time. The bearing to the left does not have spacers, and you could see the spacer behind there, and it's not a perfect alignment every time whenever you're trying to mount it back onto your truck. Now when it comes to removing the bearing, There's a couple of options that you have here. One option that you can go with is that Bones makes a bearing removal tool. It's pretty cool right here. You can use it and actually just insert the tool into the bearing itself. You'll push the button and then it should release the bearing. The problem with this is I never have luck with this and it never works for me. So let's talk about something else that is an easier option. The best way that I think is just using the axle and removing it just like this. Not rocket science, but you can actually use this, your truck axle, and it's pretty easy to remove a bearing and get everything off from it here. So once you have the bearing removed, you'll see the spacer, the washer. You flip the wheel over, and again, just kind of gently pull over, and the bearing should come out pretty easily. Now back to these Radical bearings. The first thing that stood out to me when I first purchased these was the packaging that it came with. Many times when I purchase bearings, it simply just comes in a cardboard box, or I've even purchased them when they've come in Ziploc bags, believe it or not. These are packaged super nice. You can see they include a sticker that comes with it, but each bearing is individually inserted into this like foam holder with it. And just the overall experience with this was really impressive, especially for the price that you get them for. The Radical branding is included up top. And then as you can see right here, the built-in washer is up top right here, so you don't need to worry about adding any additional washers up top. And then the spacer's included in the back below. Now, when inserting new bearings into your wheel, every wheel is different as far as the size of the insert itself. Sometimes when you go to put it in, it just slides in super easy like this. And then sometimes whenever you try to put it in, the insert might be a little tight fit for the bearing itself. So a tip and trick that I use for this is if you can't get it in, you can actually use your axle on your truck again, and then just put it down on the axle itself, apply a little bit of pressure, and then it should snap in pretty snug once you do that. Now, once you're tightening your wheel back up, just keep in mind, since these particular bearings have the built-in washer up top, you can go ahead and tighten it down till it's firm. And then when it's firm like that, the wheel will still have free rolling, so you're good to go. So this concludes what I think are the 3 best options when it comes to replacing your e-skate bearings. Now keep in mind, the best is subjective, right? So are there other bearings out there that are better? Absolutely. I've tried ceramic bearings. I've tried bearings that are 2 and 3 times the cost of these. And honestly, I could not tell a difference with that. So the purpose of this video is what I think is the best bang for your buck and value-wise, and also the quality that you receive for these particular bearings. So if you find another bearing that's a better option, drop a comment below. I'd be curious to hear what you guys are skating out there. Now, if you've made it this far, I do want to talk about my first giveaway alert. I will be giving a set of these Radical Black Mamba ABEC 9 bearings to one lucky person. All you have to do is like this video and comment below. This is for US residents only, and I will announce the winner on this YouTube channel as well as my Instagram at Electric Carves. So be sure to follow me if you aren't following me on Instagram. Guys, stay tuned. Also, I will be giving away future items within my videos, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all watching. Electric Carves, y'all. I'm out.